Welcome to this BPOS Commander tutorial video. I will demonstrate how to use BPOS Commander to migrate Exchange on-premises user mailboxes to Exchange Online on BPOS. Before we can migrate a user's mailbox, connections to BPOS and an Active Directory must be made. First, click Add Connection and select Connect to Active Directory from the list. In this window, you can set the global catalog server you want to use for the source user mailboxes. You can use either the default server or select a specific one. You can also select the user account you want to make the connection with. The current logged-in user will be set as the default. The user must have enterprise or domain administrator permissions. The Active Directory connection we've just created can now be seen in the Explorer View tab. This is an expandable and browsable connection. Now let's add a connection to our BPOS target. To do so, click Add Connection and select Connect to BPOS. Now enter in the BPOS login credentials that you want the connection to use. This account must have administrative rights to the BPOS account. The Mapping tab allows you to set any BPOS domains that you want to map to the entered Microsoft Online Services account, which is the credentials you are using. The BPOS connection will now appear in the Explorer View tab. Now let's switch BPOS Commander to Explorer View. To do so, click View and Windows Explorer View from the list. The left pane displays all possible connections, and the right will display the items under those connections. To migrate users' mailboxes, select the users you wish to migrate in the Active Directory connection, and then right-click on any user that you selected and choose the Migrate option. In this window, you will find that there are two options. One is to create new user accounts on Microsoft Online, or migrate the selected user accounts to Microsoft Online. We will choose the second option. And then click Next to continue. Here, you can set and change some of the migration settings for the mailboxes. First, let's take a look at the Setup Activation options. The usage location can be set for date, time, and language. The user password and strength are displayed, but only when a single user is selected. The option to require the user to change their password when they log in for the first time on BPOS is also present, as well as the option to enable email forwarding. The Save Password List button allows you to save all the user mailbox passwords into a CSV file. A time-saving feature of BPOS is contained in the Send Email to Migrated Users checkbox. Clicking on the Email Settings button while the box is checked brings up a window where you can enter in your SMTP server information. This is the server that BPOS will use to send the message notifying users that their mailboxes have been migrated. You can also view and edit the email template that will be sent out once an account has been migrated. Once you've finished reviewing and entering in the information, click OK. And then click Next to continue. In this window, you can see that the first option allows you to copy all of the contents of the selected user mailboxes to Exchange Online. The second option is to enable email forwarding to Exchange Online, but without copying over the contents of the local mailboxes. For now, we will select the first option, and click Next to continue. This next screen allows you to select and to a certain degree filter any content that will be copied over. When you are done, click Next. You can now take time to review the migration options that you've selected. When you're sure everything appears correct, click Migrate. The migration has begun. BPOS Commander has a live view of its migration logging. Simply click Details to view the status of each option as it is executed. When BPOS is done, click Close. Now we must refresh the BPOS connection to be able to see the results. To do so, right-click on the BPOS connection and select Refresh Node. The connection has been updated and will now properly display the status of the users. To see the user's migration status, scroll over to the right. Note that the migration status of the selected users is completed. Now that the user's mailboxes have been migrated, the migration logs may be viewed. Click the View Logs button in the job list to bring up the Log Viewer window. In this window, the overall migration log can be viewed, as well as the individual logs by clicking on the user's name.